Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nothing But Games podcast.
Episode 15.
I'm your host, Matt, and I'm also joined by Mike.
The usual crew. Hey, how's it going?
Marcus.
Take two.
Marcus.
It's more
and
like
Mike.
take 3, honestly, at this point.
I don't know. We just keep hitting that
So
button.
is this episode 17 then? By that logic?
For those of you keeping count, we're on 69. Shout out to
Nice.
Marcus because he'll know where that's from.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway,
Cool story, bro.
episode 15. Thank you so much for listening. I very much appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
So we're just going to jump right in this time, actually get it right, or are we going to
Oh, yeah.
kind of dance around the subject at the first?
I see what you did there.
Mike, I want to see you dance.
No, you don't.
Would you ever dance?
No.
Like
No pants
if you
on?
were to take you were out on a date with nice young girl, nice young boy, you wouldn't like take them dancing.
No.
Why not?
I'd rather die.
But what if they wanted to? Like you were really in love with them. Let's say their names were like, I don't know, Kayla. And then after you just went dancing with them.
Wow. I don't know how to respond to that. You know, it's a funny story. I wrote an exam last week. You guys know the exam I wrote last week? You know how they always have like a name there? Like, John did this. On one of the questions, it was Kayla. You know how triggered I was while I was writing that exam? I was so triggered. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? That's how I feel.
You want to try that sentence again?
I was going to say, that's exactly how I feel right now. Come over there and knock that hat off right off your head.
Okay, yeah, but what kind of dance would you dance to? What kind of
Obviously,
music?
Obviously, the...
I see like you doing a real good Macarena.
Hey,
You
Macarena.
You look like you went to a
1
lot
minute,
of
2.
weddings and communions as a kid.
I hated those. You kidding? It was so boring.
You look like the kind of guy who was like on the bench during the school dances.
Yeah. That sounds about right for you.
Yeah. I remember in grade 8 we had a Halloween dance, and me and my friend went to the change room and we played on our DSs.
I'm really glad that ended with playing on our DSs.
We brought them, and instead of, socializing with our classmates, we were in the bathroom playing on our DSs.
What happened to the change room? Your story
Change room, bathroom, same thing.
It's not.
There was a bench in this change room. Does that help?
I remember
Yeah.
kids would always love to like just go in the change room during those things and then like just keep on like flickering the lights on and off.
And playing with the axe and the lighter
Yeah.
thing. All the time. I never understood the appeal of that.
The axe and the letter, yes. My change room didn't have light switches. It
Neither
was
did
the-
ours. They had the little things, right?
With the key, yeah.
Yeah, and my friends would like grab what was it called, like paper clips, stick them in there, and it would work.
Yeah, it was that, and also our change room had like one shower in it for some reason that you couldn't turn on. So it was just really weird.
Yeah.
Like a big shower, or like a
No, it was just like a regular shower for like one person.
nice.
Or two. If
Yeah,
you
I
can
just
squeeze.
realized we all went to different elementary schools.
We did.
Oh, we all.
I'm glad you just realized that right now.
No, I just put two and two together. Like.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
And what about the other two? There are 3 of us here. So it would equal up to 6.
Or there's a 4th member here that I'm not disclosing to you guys.
All right.
Cool.
My little friend.
Yeah, he's little, right? Don't worry. All right. Anyway, moving on. This week, whole bunch of stuff. Gamescom.
Gamescom.
Last week.
happening.
Germany.
Huh?
And Saturday.
Yeah.
Deutschland.
Yeah.
Europe.
Nice. And
I'm really turning into Shaggy now.
oh yeah,
I know you've been to Europe. Have you been to Europe?
I have not.
I have.
Me neither. That's what I say.
You said you have been to Europe. Wait.
No.
I thought you said you have been to Europe. I thought
No.
that's what you said.
No, I said I know you've been to Europe.
Oh.
Because I know you went to Portugal that one time when you missed
Yeah.
like 5 months of school.
Don't you remember when
No.
we went to E3?
Wait,
and
what? I
Mike's-
didn't miss I didn't miss 5 months of school.
It
going
was
to Portugal.
obviously a slight exaggeration.
And I
But
didn't
you
go to-
missed at least a month.
And I never went during high school.
Yes, you did.
No,
Bullshit.
I didn't. But continue.
Anyway, remember that one time when we went to E3 and then Mike said he's never been on a plane before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can only assume he's never gone to Europe, unless he drove.
No, I actually swam.
Perfect.
But I can't swim, so
yeah.
I don't know how I did it.
You're just fact checking the viewers, see if they're keeping score of what you're not good at.
Right. They should have a list by now.
They should.
Send us your lists. NothingButGamesPodcast@gmail.com.
Nice.
Take your foot off
I was
the
going to do
table.
that.
That's not what to do.
Well, I just did. You may continue, Matt.
Anyway, Gamescom 2017.
Gamescon?
I don't know.
Calm. And
He
then
actually wrote con in
I
his
actually
book.
did rate con. Nice.
Why isn't it like
This
games
new-
cons and Z, like in German?
I don't know why.
Because it shouldn't be a German name.
No. It's fine. I added an extra loop for the M. Anyway, So a
Wow,
bunch
all
of stuff.
three of us have the same name. Starts with M.
Oh my god, here we go. Shut up.
Sorry, I just keep realizing things. Continue.
Anyway, so favorite thing for you guys, Overwatch.
Overwatch.
There was a new animated short. Or there's a couple of them actually. Just the big one and then the small little one for
The bigger one came out today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the real, quote unquote, real animated short.
Yeah. It was about May. Absolutely,
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
It was so good. It was. Really,
It was May, so therefore it was made by this devil himself. And I
made?
hated it.
May's amazing. May's one of the best characters in Overwatch.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. I really like the near the end of the short. She's just wearing like a really cool winter like snowsuit that I want as a skin.
I mean, you probably will get that eventually.
Yeah, it's like she's just got like a real big red puffy coat on with like a white toque. It's very Canadian, even though she's like Chinese.
Did you notice the what's it called? The Summer Games t-shirt she
Yeah.
had on? Yeah.
That was nice.
Which makes no sense because she was in the middle of Antarctica. But
Right.
I don't judge.
That's okay.
It was a previous Summer Games.
No shit, Sherlock.
Anyway, yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, it actually, like, you know, if you sit there and just, you know, take in the story, it actually touches you. I won't spoil it, but
I mean, it was okay.
it was 10 minutes. It was a good 10 minutes.
I like the other ones better.
That's fine.
Yeah, but the Junkrat one from before, that one was the one with Junkrat and Roadhog.
Yeah.
It was a nice. It reminded me more of like a Looney Tunes cartoon than an actual, like animated short, because you could tell it wasn't completely like animated by whichever. I think it's Blizzard themselves in it and do the shorts. So yeah,
That one there, it was like, whatever.
it used a lot of like in-game assets and stuff, and it was really funny though.
Yeah, it was. The ending was hilarious.
Alongside the Junkrat one, Matt, we got something else.
What's up?
Junker
You're the host.
Yes.
Okay,
I was
Matt,
getting to
Mike's
it,
spoiling
I
it.
thought I was the host.
No. Idiot.
If you did, we'd still not even have the computer turned on.
That's true.
Touche.
Anyway, yeah,
Junkertown.
the second one was actually for the announcement of the map Junkertown, which is a control point map, correct?
No, it's a escort.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's escort.
Yeah, you're escorting a payload, because in the short there was like a payload or like a car full of like just like jewels and like coins and cash. So you're escorting that.
That I could figure that out. I mean, you know, I have eyes, but didn't somebody say last week it was?
No, because last week I remember. Last week I was saying that there were people were theorizing that it would be a what was it, a deathmatch map, because we only had the Chateau Guillard,
But it turns out to be a full map,
which is
crazy
awesome.
because they just came out with a new map already.
Because I would way rather have an escort map than a just an arcade exclusive deathmatch map.
Well,
Agreed.
of course, but
And it's so cool because escort's my favorite game type, and we get. What's my favorite game type? I don't know. Ask me that.
I like
another
Control.
time. It might change either way, because in Control I can play people like Winston. I like playing my boy Winston. Winston's a good boy.
He's not a boy; he's a monkey.
He's actually a scientist.
I knew he was
But,
going to say that.
Yeah,
he's not a monkey. He's a gorilla.
it looks really
Can't
good.
confirm.
The map looks really freaking good. Because
Yeah, I
what
don't know if
was
you've
the
seen
last one
gameplay,
that we
but-
just had again?
The Lunar Colony one.
Yes, Lunar Colony. I'm not a fan of Lunar Colony.
I've only played on it once. So I can't
They
really speak
introduced
to
the
that.
whole anti-grav sections, and I never used. I don't think I've ever used it like more than twice when playing a game.
Yeah, one time I played that map, I never went outside.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I didn't even
you
realize it
have
was
to
there.
go out of your way to get there, and
Yeah.
it doesn't even take you to that. Like, it doesn't take you to like a good flanking position or anything. It's just not that.
Seems
The
weird.
whole map is very meh to me. It's one of my least favorite capture points.
That's fine. Let's see what else.
But
I
hell
have
yeah, Junkrat themed map and May Overwatch short. Jeff Kaplan is just like he's giving me everything I want right now.
But wait, there's more.
Ooh,
Wow. Sticking to that Overwatch
Wow.
theme, the Overwatch Season 6 changes list, I guess, also appeared. Basically, they're changing some things. For example, capture one point maps will actually be best of 3, not best of 5 anymore. They felt like the game's actually just dragged on too much.
Which is true, they did.
Yeah.
He was right. Those 5-point games can take like upwards of 25 minutes, and at that point, it's just way too long for one match. Especially
like
if you lose,
Yeah.
you just wasted half an hour.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, you didn't waste, but yeah.
You wasted because you lose points.
That's true. Which, hang on, that brings me to my next topic. They're rebalancing that as well. They're rebalancing all of the, I guess, important matchmaking components. Balancing how many points you get. You're actually they're increasing the amount you get per win. The matchmaking ranking system themselves. In season 4 and 5, they actually, as an experiment, confirmed that they were putting players into lower brackets to see what would happen.
Because they wanted people to immediately start progressing up, because they figured if you put a lower level than they should be, then you'll quickly rank up. But the problem with that is if everybody is put at a rank lower than what they at, then basically you're just lowering all the ranks by a bit. If you think about it like that,
it doesn't really solve anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like it was a good idea that they changed it for season 6, because it didn't really make sense.
It didn't do anything realistically.
Yeah.
Season 6, they're going back at it with the regular matchmaking stuff. Yeah. Other than that,
it's good to see them like actually listening to the community and rebalancing competitive as people go on, because those are like the hardcore of the hardcore who play, and to actually know that they're being listened to is really cool.
And with that, they're actually being more lenient as well. The required matches per week were 7 in order to not lose your rank. Now they dropped it to 5. So I mean, you can take that a little bit of time off.
Well, 7 was pretty ridiculous.
One a day,
but it's competitive. Remember, so you're not gonna jump in an Overwatch and play competitive. You're gonna play 2 or 3.
A lot of people like to warm up before.
Yeah, and so if you're already playing 2 or 3 quick play match, that's already half hour, 45 minutes right there.
Yeah,
you play 1 competitive, you're already playing for an hour, and a lot of people don't have more than an hour to play games.
Yeah.
So
have you seen the supposed diva changes that might be coming?
Yeah, with the missile launcher,
micro missiles.
Yeah, micro missiles.
Where they totally just remove her from the game.
Shut up. Yeah, it's I forget who was saying it. It might have been Jeff Goodman.
It was Jeff Goodman, yeah.
Where they want to, they want to like have Diva's defense matrix time. They want to like speed it up and they
so
give her
time to use it.
give her a new ability that makes her more offensive. It's supposedly called micro missiles, and I'm not sure exactly how it works. But
and there's also they added her ability apparently that she can shoot while she's flying.
Mm-hmm. Oh
which,
yeah,
which seems pretty like crazy thing about it. Because like she's always firing,
but she can use her defense matrix while she flies. So
can she right now?
She could have always done that, I believe.
I don't really pay as Diva.
You know what? You're right. She can't shoot while she's flying. You can use your defense matrix to a certain point, but you can't shoot while you're flying. I just realized that now.
Yeah.
Oh,
because normally when you fly, you're probably trying to like you're trying to either get away from a situation or push people off of a map, probably.
Which makes it an interesting dynamic, because what situation are you going to be flying and wanting to shoot at someone as well? You know, maybe when you're like approaching someone is the only one that makes sense, but even then, how many shots are you going to get off?
Think about it like this. I mean, if you're flying towards them, you're just laying into them, and then halfway or 3/4 into that, you just open up the defense matrix and you just bang. You hit them.
Well, I guess that's what they're going.
You land and you start laying into them again, right? And you shoot some of the mini rockets. They need to change her. She's super simple and boring.
I'm really excited to see because it's rare that a character gets a completely new ability. Like
they do with
Symmetra, but ever since
I don't think anybody else.
No, like instead you just get like tweaks or changes where it's like you get
more
ammo, fewer ammo. Like so it's really cool. And because the whole reason why they want to do this is so that way. People have been using Diva in order to counter people's ults, because like you can easily get in front of a soldier ultimate or a roadhog ultimate and just absorb all of that and pretty much make it useless, and that's just not fun to play against.
Yeah,
but this will be cool because I really like playing tanks. I don't think there's a single tank except for like Reinhardt that I don't like playing as. So it's cool if they can actually make Diva a bit more fun to play. Because she is very much like she has really 2 abilities, which is like fly and shoot, and then your defense matrix is something that you're not using too often because if you keep using it often, then you're just going to keep it'll keep dwindling down. And for me, I constantly hold down L2 out of just like sheer just nature, and I constantly have no more defense matrix left. So this will actually teach me to preserve it when it's like going twice as fast.
It's not even that. It's just there's also 2 phases to Diva as well. I mean, you're out of your mech.
Yeah,
depends on the player. Depends on the player. Hang on, because I know some people are going to get super salty. You're out of your mech almost as much time as you're in the mech, right? I mean, it depends, right?
I would say no.
No. It depends on what you do when you die, because some people, when they die as Diva, they just jump right in as little Diva, so they get killed right away, so they can get back in the mech. Other people like hang back and just randomly shoot in and try to build up their ult. But it depends on how you play.
I mean, they need to, in my opinion, they need to fix that as well. Either increase the ultimate.
It goes pretty fast.
I know it does. It's just if you're constantly relying on one aspect of gameplay, to do something, and then you jump out, and now you're totally useless and defenseless. It's not fun. It's not.
That's true, but I mean, at the same time, it teaches you to not be, loosey-goosey with your health if you're D.Va.
Loosey-goosey.
I'm just saying. I mean, if they're going to do a complete character overhaul, they may as well fix all sides of things.
It's D.Va, not May. You said they may as well.
Oh, God. I was so confused.
Yeah, I was like, there's definitely a May pun in there somewhere, but I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it. If they're going to do a complete, entire character overhaul, they might as well...
I like your idea from Report. Just remove her from the game.
Jeez, why?
She's a boring.
Her alt as a mercy main. Her alt is the most annoying alt in the game.
Her alt is one of the easiest
to avoid. Yeah, for you, not for mercy.
No.
So clearly, you're not playing mercy properly.
No,
then.
you can. You can just fly to people.
You can, but see, the problem is people. As soon as they hear the alt, they go behind walls. So you're standing in the middle there, and you can't see any of your teammates. So you're stuck, and you move.
As a mercy, you should already be behind walls, so that way you can just pull out that clutch resurrect.
Can't you see your characters through walls? Your teammates?
No, you can see their
outline.
Not their outline.
Yeah, but you can't fly.
You can see their gamer tag, I think.
So move.
Yeah, but you can't fly to them.
Walk away.
They're walking too, and Mercy's one of the slowest characters in the game. I actually think they walk all at the same speed, but still, point stands.
Do they walk all at the same speed?
I think they do.
I don't know. That I don't know.
I feel like they do.
My name is Barry Allen.
We should check that.
That's fine. Or I mean, you could probably just Google
wouldn't I don't know. Wouldn't a tank move faster or move slower?
Slower.
No, doesn't Genji move faster than
at walking speed?
I would think he does.
I don't think so.
It might not seem like it because of his running, in quotations, animation constantly happening. Like Hanzo and Genji look like they're constantly running,
but they're not.
They're not.
I feel like they probably move at the same speed.
To be quite honest with you, I think the movement speed is all balanced. Now that I think about it, again, we could be wrong. But
it only seems like it's faster because you're always charging ahead as Genji, so you're always getting ahead of people, but not because you're running faster, because you're using your abilities to make you go faster.
But it's not significant enough to notice. But then again, I haven't played the game in fucking a year, so who knows? Right? You guys played it, so you tell me.
I played it today, and I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, you heard it here, folks. Mike is the expert. If he's wrong, get mad at him. Nothing but
Can't confirm
podcast at Gmail.
Xbox. I said can't confirm.
Did you say you're an Xbox?
That's what I heard.
I meant expert.
This just in, Mike isn't now identifying as an Xbox.
Xbox One X now starting at $5.99.
Xbox One Mike. Now starting at free. Get it out of our store.
Now starting at we'll give you $10 every Xbox you pick up.
Damn. Oh, could we tell a story of that kid that walked into your EB Games today? The kid, he's waiting in line for 15 minutes, behind it, and he walks up to Matt after he's finally his turn, and he says to Matt, "How much is the Lost Legacy?" Matt's like, $50. Okay, and he walks out and leaves. This kid stood in line for 15 minutes for something he could have Googled in 3 seconds.
Not even Googled. It's just
it was
probably a sign somewhere.
Yeah, it was on the shelf. And we never just dying.
No, I'm going to tell you something. In the PlayStation section, there's its own section with 4 price stickers. On the 4-way gondolas, there was its own section with 20 game cases, so 20 prices he could have looked at.
It was just a sad kid. I don't know what he was doing.
Maybe he only had $20 and he couldn't read numbers, so he was like, there we go.
That's possible. Should you get a credit card?
It's okay. The other day I had a mom call in and ask me for a Game Boy Cup. No, a Game Boy Slim cup case or something like that.
At that point you just said, "I'm sorry, this is the wrong place," and just hang out.
No. Then I'm like, that doesn't exist. And she says, "Oh, my son saw it at your Von Mills location." I'm like, first of all, this is not the Von Mills location. Second of all, no.
He didn't actually say that.
I did.
You said, second of all, no.
Yeah. I'm like, second of all, it doesn't exist.
That's not good customer service.
It isn't.
She looked at me and she's like, "Oh."
I thought you said she called you. Now, how is she looking at you?
I'm
finding loopholes in this story, man. Matt's a liar.
I'm not a liar, but
Matt either dreamed this or he's a liar.
No, I picked up the phone.
And you saw her.
No, yeah, through the phone.
You kissed her through the phone. I'll see you later on.
Wow.
You remember that song?
Yeah, man.
That song was everywhere for the longest time.
She was. I could just.
Later
you know that.
later on.
You know when you could just tell over the phone where you can just visually see the person. You know that they're just like, "Oh, my son's an idiot for even thinking this." Now I look like an idiot for calling and asking. I felt the presence through the phone.
Sad.
Yeah. It's fine.
Anyways, back to games
Anyway.
since we're at nothing but games, you know.
I'll see you later on.
Later on, so kiss me through the phone. Kiss me
Stop
through
it.
the phone.
Stop it.
All right, let's go.
I'll see you when I get home.
Hey, Mike.
When I get home.
Guess what?
when I get-
What?
Life is strange, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Okay.
Forza 7 on the Xbox One S.
What?
What?
Like you just brought up the game and then you're like, screw you.
Because I know-
He did just to spite me.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They showed off gameplay for Forza 7 on the Xbox One X
Motorsports.
at 60 FPS 4K resolution.
Did you watch it on a 4K resolution TV?
No, I don't have one. I don't.
So you're
Then
gonna buy an
you don't even
Xbox
know how
One
it
X?
looks. Don't you find that's the weirdest thing about like them trying to sell like the 4K TVs? It's like, how do I know what it looks like if I don't have a 4K
So what
TV?
is it? Was just like gameplay showing and it looks cool.
It was about
Looks good.
7 to 9 minutes. So what I was looking at, because again I don't have the 4K stuff, I was looking for stutter. I was looking for things not graphically looking well. I was looking for unfinished textures. I was looking for something like that, right?
You were looking 4K.
Anyway,
so many jokes I can make, but I won't make
Right.
any of them.
I was looking for things like that. I'm telling you right now, this game looked beautiful. Like, go look at the gameplay. And it wasn't like it was the most scripted thing ever. No, I don't know who was playing this demo. He was realistically playing this game. I mean, like, every turn, every sharp turn, he would bang into the wall and then the car next to him. And then, you know...
It seems kind of dangerous.
It-
He should follow the speed limit.
It was fantastic. He changed camera views. When he changed camera views the first time, it started right there and then because it went back and it looked weird, but that's the only thing I can complain
Is
about.
this game in Australia as well?
No.
Are you going to buy this game? Are you going to purchase
Probably
this game?
Probably not.
Are you going to purchase an Xbox One X?
Not right away, no.
I'm sorry, do you have $600 lying around?
$600? Yeah,
Sorry, I can't speak tonight. None of us
It's
can.
okay.
none of us can.
Yeah. It's
I'm
fine.
looking at Mark's
But
phone.
other than that, it is fantastic. A lot of people are saying and speculating. I'm not sure if it's true or not. For all the PC nerds out there, according to some people, they're saying it's around the same power as a GTX 1070 graphics card.
Wow.
Yeah.
GTX 1070
It's more than the 1050.
and the 1069. Nice.
And then for all third-party developed games, apparently it's equivalent to the power of a 1060, 1050. Still,
So 1055?
no.
See what I did there?
No. I don't think they'd appreciate you diminishing their product either. Anyway.
I don't think they care what I say
No, nobody
in the
cares.
slightest,
Nobody cares about this whole podcast, so...
basically.
Yeah, I know.
So
Rather than
why?
that, it looked fantastic, honestly. Things were very steady, things were very smooth. So I'm excited to physically see it in store. We saw it at E3 a little bit, just the way it looked and whatnot. It looks nice.
But they weren't running anything on Xbox One X's there, I think.
They're on PCs.
Yeah, they're on PCs.
Yeah.
I played, what was it?
Crackdown.
Crackdown 3, yeah, and it was on a PC.
Which got delayed.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Mm-hmm. Just, bringing it up. Because whatever.
Now bring it down. Now let's break,
Break
it
it
down.
down.
Like Lucio.
I'm going to skip this one just to spike Mike again. The Crew 2 it has a release date. It's releasing March 16th, 2018 for the Xbox One, PS4, and the PC.
That's a thing.
It is.
Did any of you buy it when it first came out, or did you
God,
just
no.
play it when it?
Was free?
I got it for free on Xbox.
Yeah. We were excited. We had this discussion.
Yeah,
we
when
were
I
excited.
first saw that game, I was excited, but
Yeah. Not great,
didn't deliver.
I'm surprised that there's even a sequel, to be honest.
right?
Too.
But
Okay, cool for people who like it,
I don't know
That's cool.
because I never heard numbers of it like selling amazingly. Like, because Ubisoft does do the thing of like they release a game like Siege or Division or Wildlands, and it might not seem like it's doing well at first, but then after like you hear months later, like people are still, there's like so many. Such like
Rainbow
an
Six
active
Siege.
user base, and how Wildlands is still like the best selling game of the year. For Honor was the best selling game of February. So
I love
Ubisoft,
those games.
Ubisoft knows what the hell they're doing.
apparently, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yves
in my brain.
Guillemot is just up in his like ivory tower. He's just like, I'm not going to do the accent, but he's pretty much like a James Bond villain.
Yeah, basically.
Does Ubisoft have any other racing games? I don't think they do.
No.
No. So I guess that's what they're trying
You
to
can
do.
race
here
in
then, I
Watch
guess.
Dogs.
Yeah, the driving sucks in that game. Can you not snap?
Crackle or pop.
You know what I saw today? I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter, but when you snap, it's not the sound of your fingers Moving the other makes a sound. It's when your finger hits your palm that makes a sound.
No.
Yes, it is.
I can snap.
It's when your finger hits.
No.
Yes, it is. Look. That makes no noise. It's when I hit my palm that it makes a
What
noise.
do you mean? Look, I'm snapping without my palm, without hitting my palm.
Your finger hit your palm.
No, it didn't.
This finger, not your thumb. See how it makes no noise?
No.
It's your finger hitting your palm that makes a sound.
That's weird.
Maybe. Find out next week on Mythbusters.
Yeah,
That show
sorry.
got cancelled.
True.
Sorry, side note.
That means we have 3 episodes left before we get canceled.
Shit.
Show like
Solid.
Mythbusters got canceled like that.
It's fine. Every week, this is going to turn into an ARMS podcast,
I think
Every
it might be.
week.
Arms and Overwatch.
right?
Oh. Continue.
ARMS got a new character.
Lola Pop.
Yeah.
Marcus,
Pop.
read your description of her. Exactly the way you wrote down on your phone, please.
Yeah. So listen to this very carefully. Marcus, go.
He's trying to find it.
Nintendo released a trailer showcasing the newest ARMS character, Lollipop, who's to be released in the 3.0 update of the game. She's a clown who's got nunchucks and like candy shit for arms, and she can turn into a real big balloon. If you make Rule 34 out of this, you're a real sick dude.
Everything you said is accurate.
If you make 30...
Rule 34.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm super disgusted already. Like, I don't even want to think about it.
You're not allowed to make stuff out of clowns. Maybe the It movie, but not this.
Oh, God.
No.
Back to Lola Pop, Jesus.
Anyway,
You don't want to go watch It?
Let's do it, as long as there's no Rule 34 involved.
she, was she Candy? What was the name?
Yeah,
last-
she's a clown who's got like candy arms.
Yeah, she's got all the candy theme.
And she can
No.
turn into a real big balloon.
Sweet, so she was sweet.
Yeah, so the names from last week, just so we know.
Yeah, the code name or...
were Chain, Coil, Plant, Robo, Scroll, Sumo, Surprise, Sweet. Don't worry about the rest of them.
Yeah, so
But
she was
I'm
obviously
assuming
sweet.
She's
she
the
was
sweet one.
Yeah.
so-
I thought her name was Candy for some reason. I don't know. It's like a stripper name, but whatever.
Candy Kong?
The Candy and Mercedes.
Candy Kong from Donkey Kong Country.
Nice.
It's Mike's favorite video game, babe.
Who?
Bum, 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 bum.
Sorry, I blanked out.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba.
You got a real big crush on Candy Kong, Mike. Just admit
Candy
it.
Kong?
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
But yeah, it's cool. ARMS is still around.
Yeah, I don't think they gave a release date for it, though, did they?
They just said in the 3.0 update, so whenever that is.
Hopefully
It
soon.
should be soon because they've already got like gameplay and videos of the stage and her. So,
Yeah, hopefully
and
soon.
I will go back and try her out when
Oh, for sure.
it's released.
Question.
Answer.
Did Nintendo also do a video for her as well, showing off her ass and her feet?
Oh, like Twin Tail?
No.
That was just a tweet that they just tweeted
I want some
for
spring man
Twin
ass
Tail
and
before.
feet.
Jesus.
Wow.
Gotta be.
This got sidetracked real quick.
Equal,
Nah, man. If you're
fine.
doing that to clowns, you're a real sick dude.
right? Like, I don't understand. It's fine.
Mike.
Anyways, back to Lola Pop.
Keep in
Her
mind, all
abilities
of
seem
this
pretty
is
cool.
joking.
Really,
And also, her
really
name's like
serious.
Lollipop, so she has to be the sweet.
Take me to the
Sweet
candy
coat.
shop. Nice.
There's no recovering from this.
I know.
We're just going straight downhill.
Oh, yeah.
Like the hills like this, that's us.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, do you know about her abilities, Mike?
She gets real big.
Yeah, she becomes. It's like kind of a helix. You know how helix can like go dip right into the ground and
Yeah.
become like mush. She kind of does that, but she becomes like a real big balloon. So I don't know what that
Does
achieves.
she float?
I don't think
Like,
so.
right above the ground, or...
No. She just becomes like her body just. It's like Veruca Salt from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or she just becomes a real big like blueberry, and that's pretty much how it is. And then her arms is like one of them's got nunchucks. Another one is like. Yeah, another one is one of like the ones that blind you. It just like splats jelly on your face, I think.
It's not jelly, it's like stamps.
Okay.
Because the Helix one is on the blob arm.
Either way, you're getting blinded.
Yeah, you can blind
And
it.
then the third one's like a shield type of one.
Yeah,
Where it's like a
it-
trampoline kind
yeah,
of.
it kind of bounces. It
Yeah.
bounces the other person
Nice
away.
and boing.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Pretty
Weird. It's a game about fucking people with real long arms fighting each other.
Yes, it's a very weird game, but fun too.
Yeah, I believe it.
It is. Game of the year.
Um,
2017.
Okay, chill, fam.
Game of the decade.
Chill squad,
Breath of the
family
Wild.
squad.
Whoa, what do you think this is? Knack 2? Please. Anyway, moving on to more Knack 2 news. Kidding. Nintendo also announced Splatoon 2 maps. It's called Manta Maria and Lost Outposts.
No surprise there. You know they're going to get their.
The first one is a giant cruise ship. The second one I didn't see, but I can only assume it's probably like a lighthouse or a tower or some sort of outpost that's just abandoned.
Mike, are you ever going to get this game?
I want to play the single player, but like I'm not that into the multiplayer.
And
Maybe when it's cheap enough to warrant a purchase solely for single player.
It's
then I will.
Nintendo game.
$14.99.
Yeah, in
It's
like
a Nintendo game.
in like 10 years. Maybe a little longer than that.
when the Switch X comes out,
Yeah, when it's under the Nintendo Selects line, that's when I'll buy it.
when the Xbox One, Switch, PS4 comes out,
No solid.
exactly.
When everything's
Perfect.
everything's just under one umbrella. When there's a monopoly.
Owned by Apple.
Solid.
It's like that one time Apple tried to make a game system and then it tanked really hard.
Rest in peace, Pippin. Mm-hmm. Never forget.
They released a new weapon for Splatoon as well. It's called the Bubble Blower, like that one episode of SpongeBob. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, if you don't know what this gun does,
It shoots paint,
Pretty much.
ink.
and bubbles actually can be used in both attack and defense forms.
Remember the dirty bubble?
Yeah.
Him and
Prepare
like,
to
Man Ray.
be dirty.
I don't like it when you say that.
I'm winking at Marcus currently.
I don't like this podcast. I don't like where this is going. Other than that, thanks, Marcus.
I didn't do that. That was Mike. But
I know.
continue. Don't.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. It's the
You're
first time I ever heard that.
You're welcome.
Next,
I don't
you may
appreciate you.
continue.
Fallout 4
Okay.
VR, Doom VR, and Skyrim VR actually have release dates now.
Oh, snap.
They will launch in the last 2 months of
That's not a
2017.
release date. That's a release window.
I didn't even hear what he said, Mike. Can you just not interrupt him?
He finished speaking.
Matt, I'm sorry for his behavior. Say that again.
Oh, thank you. I said the 3 VR games coming will
Yeah.
launch within the last 2 months of 2017.
That's a release window, not a release date.
No one cares.
I agree, Mike. That is a release window, but
He said that they got release dates.
that's what I didn't expect these games to actually come out until. Well, wait, no. Bethesda said it was their E3 press conference. They did say everything. Pete Hines said everything at this that was shown off at their show would come out by the end of 2017, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
But now they give us
So-
an actual like window where the last 2 months this is coming out.
Yeah. So unless it's not like they're gonna go back on their word. Like it's gonna be a huge thing. But I don't think people would mind if it slipped to 2018. But I have faith in them that they'll release this because they did show everything that they showed. They were pretty confident in coming out this year, even with like stuff with Evil Within 2 that we had seen and Wolfenstein 2 that we only saw for the first time there.
Did Switch Skyrim ever get a release date?
no.
No, but I know they were showcasing it at Gamescom, so it should be coming
Soon.
It is coming this year.
It's probably going to be along the same lines of like November, December this year anyway. But you know,
Should have come out in March when the system launched.
Right?
But
yeah,
Such a missed opportunity.
should have come out in March.
I would have bought it if it came out in March.
$30.
not 30, but
Yeah, 30. I'm sorry, you're going to tell me it won't be $30 for a shitty port of the 360 version
so
of
it's
it?
not a shitty port if you can play it on the go, and it's pretty much a full version of the game.
Why would they sell it at 30 if they can sell it at 60?
Because unfortunately people will buy it.
Exactly.
It's fine. Jurassic World Edition.
Try that again. Take 2. Let's go right now.
That's literally what he wrote.
Evolution.
He wrote addition.
Jurassic World Evolution announced actually as well for the Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. It seems to be a theme park builder. Marcus,
Yeah.
any thoughts?
Yeah, it's who's the developer again? It was
Imaginati.
Frontier Developments, and they're the people who make Zoo Tycoon, and they did some of the they did like Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and 3, I think. So it's cool to see this this was announced at the Xbox showcase for Gamescom. Matt has like an alarm going off in this house. It's
Every
great.
time.
Yeah, it's cool that it's an actual city builder or not a theme park builder, because you think of Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World series, if you were to picture a game in that world, you had the Telltale ones from before, which were just adventure games. You've had your Lego ones. You think the next step would be what, like a third-person action game, something like that? You're escaping from the big dinos.
Big dinos.
But no, you're actually creating your own Jurassic theme park, which is...
So they're real dinosaurs?
well, in the trailer, it was the dinosaurs like broke free. They ate, like one of them ate the scientists, and then after you just see like a god figure just like clear out a bunch of trees and like sit down parks.
But I have a question. Is
and
Jurassic
attractions.
World, you know that movie that came out like 2 years
Yeah.
ago? Is that part of the Jurassic Park universe?
Yes.
So it's like same timeline.
Yes.
So why did they keep making the park even
Keep
though the
making-
dinosaurs were crazy?
Mm.
Are they stupid?
Clearly.
But it's dinosaurs, yo. They're cool.
Isn't there a Jurassic World sequel coming too?
Yeah, next year, which is the game's coming out in spring 2018, or I think it was spring 2018 that they said, and people are assuming that it'll coincide with the movie, which is
Coincide. It's coincide.
coincide. Fucking sorry, grammar police.
Potato. I
That's
your
what
choice
they
of
call
word there.
me.
I think it's going to coincide with the movie. I think it comes out in June, the Jurassic World sequel. So, going to see Chris Pratt be a
Star-Lord?
real good guy. Yeah, Star-Lord.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why do people keep making these dinosaur parks when they know the dinosaurs are going to get out anyways?
Because they think they're smart.
They don't know they're in the movie, Mike.
Well, someone should tell them.
If Jurassic World is a real thing, Jurassic Park was a real thing, would you go to it?
No,
I
Yes.
totally would.
Oh yeah, definitely.
never.
It's not even the fact of eventually it will come out, like they'll break out right at that point if they're following suit. But what are the odds that like Marcus and I decide to go? What are the odds it's going to be that time?
Yeah.
It's like 1 in a million.
Jurassic World was like brutal. I don't know if you guys watched it.
I
I did. Yeah.
It wasn't as like the first movies weren't as like brutal with like any killing or anything, but the like Jurassic World, the scene that stands out for me the most is like when the pterodactyl, like I think it like rips like a woman from like the crowd of people who's like
Yep.
going away.
And then just
Yeah.
drops her in the water.
It was
And the crocodile.
like they were just completely savage. It was like
It's not savage. That's how they used to kill their prey.
no,
actually.
it's
They used to
savage.
drown
They're
them.
savages.
Yeah, they used to drown their prey, and then it was nuts.
Savages, barely even human. Which movie that's from?
I don't care.
Hook.
Wrong. Pocahontas.
Nobody cares.
I was more of a Mulan fan.
Were you?
Anyway,
When?
hey,
Oh, sorry. I
hey.
was gonna sing a nice song from
No.
Mulan.
no,
I can show you the world.
That's
It's Aladdin.
that's Aladdin.
That's what, Mike? The
I was
Little
gonna say
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Continue, Matt. I'm allowing you to go.
Hakuna Matata.
Means no worries for the rest of your days.
You look like
horrible-
Timon.
Thank you.
You have horrible sense of rhythm.
I know.
Tempo. Never music again, please. Uninstall.
Means no worries. Believer.
That's what goes on in your head. You like went to a cassette store, like a record store, and you just like took like fucking, you just blindly went through the shops and just like took one of everything from an aisle and then just jammed that into your head, and that's your playlist. That's just stuck in your mind.
He skipped over everything, went straight to I, grabbed every Imagine Dragons album he could, and just bang right there.
Believer.
Stop it.
Can you just say the next point so that I stop talking?
That's fine. Hey, Mike.
It's fine.
Life is Strange. Before the Storm gameplay launch trailer was released, did you see it?
Obviously not. I don't
You're
want to spoil the game
You're
for
a
me.
horrible fan.
Am I though?
Yes.
Am I though?
Yeah.
Am I though?
Yes.
Mike, are you gonna play this game?
Day one.
I still yet to play the second
Because
one.
you're
or
a
the
dumb
first
boy.
one. I was like, because I had no internet for the past couple of days, so I'm like, I need to play something. So I had like
You could
an
have
adventure
finished
game.
it.
I was like, look, I finally have Life is Strange. It's an adventure game that I can just like sit down, chill. I don't really need internet for it. So I'm like, I was about to play it, but then I'm like, now I'm gonna play Tales from the Borderlands instead. So I'll start that. Did you see the news of Bandai Namco working with Don't Nod to make a new game? They're making a new adventure IP game that I'm guessing is similar to Life is Strange.
How many games don't?
Well, they have Life
then?
is Strange 2 and then this.
But they also have the
with
vampire
Bandai.
game coming out in
Oh yeah,
November.
true. Well, different
So-
teams, so.
But it's one thing. They can't be that big of a studio.
Well, I don't know. They probably have.
Life is Strange was literally the biggest hit.
They are working with Bandai Namco, so who knows if they're gonna get any like additional resources from them. So it's like
That's true.
because Bandai Namco also did work with Nintendo for Smash Bros.
That's true. I never know. But yeah, that's cool. I love Don't Nod.
Anyway,
Out of their one game that you've played from them.
Yes, because it was a solid game.
in other news, new fighters coming for Injustice 2.
Ooh,
DLC characters. Hellboy, Raiden, and Black Manta.
yes.
I just want to make sure that I wrote that right down. Whoa.
Okay, we'll go past that.
Anyway,
What's happening
moving
there?
on.
My boy Hellboy.
It's so cool. Hellboy, a non-DC Comics character in a DC fighting game. I
How
just
random.
played the Injustice 2 story mode since my internet was down, and that was really freaking good. Matt, you played? Did you
it
play
was.
all of it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see both endings?
I did, yes.
I'm going to spoil it right now. So
Spoiler
just, like,
warning, spoiler.
So for like the next, just skip like 20 seconds. The Superman alternate ending was fucked up. Like, where he pretty much, Mike, do you know what happens?
No idea.
Where Superman pretty much, because he's pretty much like Hitler in this situation, where he's just a pretty much like fucking evil ass dictator, and he just takes like the final thing is like you choose between Batman or Superman, and if you pick Superman, he pretty much kicks everyone's asses, and then he like gets Batman to work for him, and he takes Brainiac's ship, and he just pretty much like fucking mind fucks Batman in order to like work for him,
That's good.
and he has
then-
like Supergirl captured in the prison.
Yeah. And then the Batman alternate ending is he sends Superman into the... Oh, God.
Pretty much like a void. I forget the
Speed Force?
something zone. I can't. It's something some zone.
Speed Force?
The Phantom Zone.
Phantom
There it
Zone,
is.
yes.
Yeah. And basically, it's a prison that will hold him because time doesn't flow there. So it will hold him there. And then the world goes back to
What did
normal.
you pick when you first played?
Superman. I mean, Batman.
I was gonna say you fucking.
No. I picked
But
Batman.
don't you not know what's going to happen? So
Yeah, but it's pretty obvious when you're gonna like a good one versus a bad one.
at
Bat
that
one,
point-
a bad one.
A bat one. Nice
Yeah,
pun.
thanks.
At that point, like, it's just like Superman.
why is Superman being such a bad boy?
He always is. In every universe, the two biggest things are Superman dying and Superman becoming
Yeah.
evil. Yeah.
Superman's a bad boy.
It's too powerful, man.
It's because it's the whole thing of like Superman is the best thing ever, and Superman is the icon of everything, and he's the most known superhero, and he's the goodest person ever, and blah
Goodest.
whatever. I said that way on purpose. Like he's
He's like the
face.
goody two shoes. He's like
Yeah.
the American icon.
He's the American dream and whatever. He's made by a Canadian guy, right?
Superman? I don't
Yeah.
think so. Maybe. Who knows?
I think
Basketball
so.
was invented by a Canadian.
Anyway,
Winnie the Pooh is Canadian.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Superman is Canadian. Hold
I
on,
don't think so.
hang on.
You don't have time to Google this.
So while
host.
he's googling that, it's. I remember for the DLC characters for Injustice 2, there was that like they have like silhouettes on the character select screen, and you could easily tell that one of them is Raiden. So I'm not a big fan of them introducing Mortal Kombat characters, especially two of them now as DLC. Especially since we have Captain Cold. And you can also like switch him to Mr. Freeze in Injustice 2. So to have Sub-Zero as like your Mortal Kombat choice, I get it. We had Scorpion last time, and if they didn't want to do it again, but have another ice-powered character is kind of stale. And for them to do a Raiden again, like we have Black Adam, so here's another like electricity-powered character. But there are theories that Raiden might have an alternate costume that turns him into Black Lightning. And it could be possible because there's a Black Lightning show coming soon.
Does lightning really have color?
No. Sidetrack. I'm going to read this real quick. Superman was co-created by a Canadian, Toronto-born artist Joe
Shuster.
Shuster. Created the superhero with American writer Jerry Siegel while they were still in high school in Cleveland in 1933.
Siegel, like the Overwatch.
Yeah. The Daily Planet was based on the Toronto Star. Hometown. So, before moving to the U.S., a young boy, Shuster had an after-school job selling newspapers from what now was the Toronto Star. The newspaper was founded in 1892 as the Evening Star before it was renamed the Toronto Daily Star in 1900.
Yeah, so
It threw me off. The original name for the Daily Planet was the Daily Star, later changed by the New York editors. One can only speculate that the Planet's tough-talking yet highly ethical editor-in-chief Perry White was inspired by social What?
don't
Nothing
worry
but
about it.
comic.
Non-important.
Okay, so he is
Regardless.
nothing but comics history.
He's,
And lastly, wow, even I can't speak.
it's just not.
Metropolis
It's
was
just-
inspired by Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto.
So there
By
you
the
have it.
six.
Yeah, there you have it.
Yeah.
He's half Canadian, I guess, or was created by half a
Yeah.
Canadian. No, full Canadian.
He was,
Sorry.
he was created, but then wasn't the guy half Canadian? So he's like half Canadian.
No.
He's North American.
He was Toronto born. That's all that
25%.
matters.
He wasn't.
Anyways,
he was actually created.
I find it
Cleveland.
really cool that Hellboy is in here because
Yeah,
I
that's
was
cool.
not expecting that one bit. And I believe Ron Perlman is doing the voice for him,
nice.
who was Hellboy in the movies.
Nice.
Cool.
I always thought as a kid, you know Ron Perlman, right? You know how he looks?
No.
You guys don't know how... You guys were just fucking playing along.
I know who he is. I don't know what he looks like.
Look up how Ron Perlman looks.
I'm very bad when it comes to actors' names and what they look like. It's just everybody in general. Like, it's really bad for me. But
so look up Ron Perlman. He played Hellboy. When I was a kid, I always thought that Ron Perlman was Will Ferrell playing a character.
I can see why.
I could see it. Yeah,
but
I can see it.
Damn, he's an old man. 67.
So I think he is doing the voice for it. I could be wrong, but
that's
maybe
cool.
I'm not.
Pretty cool.
You're always wrong though. So.
Well, my name's not Matt.
Wow.
Boom, roasted.
Anyway, moving on. The SNES Classic will have a few extra features attached to it. Just learned this today after watching a video. It will have the same ports as the NES Classic, the stupid Wii nunchuck adapter ports.
Naturally.
Ugh. Anyway, there's 2 of them in actual separate places, so you can actually plug 2 of them in at the same time. Because on the NES Classic, you couldn't. It was only like a one-player thing because like the extension cable would just block the other port, which is so dumb. But anyway, so now they're separate. I heard the controllers are going to be longer.
They're like 2 feet longer. They went from 3 feet to 5 feet.
Yeah,
basically.
It's still longer though. Like regardless.
So those 2 features that you mentioned before, the rewind feature and the change of frames, those are really cool. Like the rewind especially, because like games in 16-bit era, like a Punch Out, Super Punch Out, or Metroid. I don't know, Super Metroid. Like those games are really. It's really beneficial to be able to go back like 15 seconds and be able to redo an area.
I feel like it's cheating with something.
It's 100% cheating, but hey, it's 2017. Cheating's allowed.
You do also have the option of creating multiple save states for your game as well.
Yeah, and you can do that in Virtual Console.
Yeah, that's not new, but the rewind is new. That's
I know.
They've never done that before.
It's just cool. I'm just letting people know because some people are curious and they're just not aware. It's like, you got to let them know. But.
If you can buy one, the pre-orders went up last night, and everyone was like. Freaking
Less than 5 minutes and they were gone.
So, as a lot of you know, I do work at Aneba Games.
Take a shot every time he mentions it.
Yeah, you'll get super drunk if you're Mike after sniffing alcohol. Stop calling if you're listening. Stop freaking calling your damn EB Games or GameStops. Nobody has it anymore. You're not getting one. End of story. Apparently, Nintendo is going to ship more of them. They're going to be more of a regular production this time around. Rather
Two
than
more.
The NES.
2 whole more.
Yeah. Other than the NES Classic, it's going to show up in stores more frequently. No, we do not have schedules for when it's going to come. No, we do not know how many we're going to get. It will show up, but I'm going to say this right now. Majority of people will not get one.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's to be
a lot of sad children.
Yeah. But you won't, though, because majority... This is something I've never understood. Even the NES... Majority of people coming in here are older folk, which is fine. But I don't understand why everybody's making a big deal about this thing when they can't even name 4 games that are on the system. Yeah. Even if the list was in front of them. Like, fine, they played Mario when they were,
They're jumping on the hype
15.
train.
It's just like, leave it for people who want to experience it.
It's all about that Star Fox 2.
That was my game. Regardless.
Yeah, this is the fucked up thing, though, about the SNES Classic, though, is that they're clearly trying to also target towards like the core Nintendo fans because they're the ones who want it for like a Star Fox 2, like people who are like real big collectors. Because who knows if they're ever going to release this thing on a Virtual Console?
They won't.
I don't know. I could see them doing it, or if they are like a My Nintendo reward type thing. So
that would be a cool My Nintendo reward. So it won't happen.
Touche.
Well, no, it's not physical, so it might happen.
Fair. I was on my Nintendo account the other day, and I had 300 coins expiring at the end of August. I'm like, okay, let's see if I can spend them on anything.
Are they like the platinum ones?
Yeah. And I went to spend them on something, and there's literally nothing. Nothing I could even waste them on. You know what I mean?
It's like, here's like spend 100 coins and get like a Yoshi's Woolly World iPhone wallpaper. Something that you could just like take a screenshot of and just use it yourself.
Exactly. And it's like, come on, guys, really?
Yeah.
So dumb. So now they're going to expire, and I'm not going to use
Club
them.
Nintendo must have been like fucking losing them a shit ton of money.
Oh, for sure, because free shipping.
Yeah.
And all those physical rewards cost money. So yeah.
That they were like producing themselves and not selling anywhere.
Yeah.
But the Club Nintendo website.
Yeah.
Throwback.
Sucks. And they clearly weren't using the surveys that were filled out very well by all the consumers, I'm sure. I remember just putting in like three letters.
Yours is like 10 pages with like fucking 25 questions a page and like 18 multiple choice answers. Like, Jesus Christ!
I saw this on the internet. It was by far one of the greatest things. I don't remember who the original poster was, so please don't get mad. I'm not taking credit, but I absolutely love it.
Totally taking
it said, here at Nintendo, the only way we progress is by shooting ourselves in the foot repeatedly.
Pretty much.
Greatest thing. It was amazing. But,
you know what I wonder if Nintendo's going to do? If, like, in, like, September, they have a Nintendo Direct, and they're like, guys, SNES Classic, NES Classic, they're sold out, they're gone, they're never coming back. But here's our virtual console on Switch. You can buy all the same games right there for only $5 a piece.
That would... No.
And that's how they sell
on.
the Switch.
Can I tell you something?
Don't touch my shoulder.
That would make sense. So it's
they won't
not
do
happening.
I always forget that.
Sometimes they have
I got to go into my things that don't make sense in mode when I'm talking about Nintendo.
Exactly.
Right.
Sometimes they have to switch it up. Sometimes they have to shoot themselves in the other foot.
Right.
I mean, one foot can only disintegrate so much.
Soon they're going to shoot themselves in the knee.
Like, the virtual console has to come eventually, right?
Right.
Like bringing Skyrim to the Switch, he took an arrow in the knee. I see what you did there. All right, moving on, because that was horrid. Other than that, I mean, we got Mass Effect Andromeda. The developers stated that they are no longer releasing updates or patches for the single player.
Which, that sucks. It's like, it's such a weird thing to see how this game was so hyped up and people were so excited for it, but then everything just like came crashing down.
Dog shit.
Yep.
Well, not that. It definitely wasn't. You don't say that because you haven't played the game, first of all, and second of all, it definitely wasn't dog shit. Because people,
it was just less what people were expecting.
It wasn't that. It was just poorly done.
It just wasn't as good as the like masterpiece people look up to.
But
they came out and said that this is not going to be that.
Like, trust me, I'm not a Mass Effect fan, but I know like people love this stuff more than people say that. Some people would even go on to say that this is a better like space opera than Star Wars is in terms of like story.
Yeah, people love the Mass Effect. It's got a huge cult following.
It's not that. When I mean the game was utter dog shit, it's not the fact of like, hey, this is. It was just poorly executed.
It was like the entire like memes and everything. Like people saw that it didn't live up to what Mass Effect like 1, 2, and 3 did, and they saw like, oh man, the animations don't look that good, and there's a lot of like gameplay problems, and then people just took like a meme, and then like things like that go crazy, and then the entire like the internet just became the internet, and
yep, the internet took care of it.
on it.
But at the same time, I mean, when Assassin's Creed Unity launched, that wasn't great either. It experienced the same glitches as well.
That was a bad game, and I can say that I haven't played it.
You have played it.
I said I can't say that because I have played it.
I have one ear in. It's screwing with my head.
No problems.
Regardless, it didn't do well when that game launched. It was also really bad. It just didn't. There were things that should have been avoided, especially from Ubisoft being the AAA developer that they are. I don't remember which department developed Unity, but it was horrid. For what was released to the public, it was horrid. That's what it was at the end of the day.
But that was Unity, not Andromeda.
I'm just saying.
I could see where you're coming from, where you have a game like Assassin's Creed coming from that's like fucking one of the most AAA like blockbuster examples out there, coming from Ubisoft, which is a huge AAA developer. And when a game like Unity comes out, which is not up to snuff from the rest of the series, like it stands out. It's pretty much like you're shooting yourselves in the foot with that series, because it makes the entire series look bad afterwards. But that shouldn't deflect on what the entire series led up to, because then after you saw with Syndicate, people kind of like boycotted it, in the sense like it did not clearly do as well as previous iterations. So then they took a year off and they honed their skills, and now they're coming out with Origins, which people seem to be excited about. It doesn't seem like it'll be the mess that a lot of people experience with Unity. And even though Syndicate was a great game, not many people played it. So that they're trying to fix that with Origins. However, with Andromeda, this sucks, because a lot of people who are Mass Effect fans aren't probably going to be able to get another Mass Effect game, because BioWare Montreal formed with EA Motive, and BioWare Edmonton, who was previously responsible for the Mass Effect trilogy, is just working on Anthem now. So you're not really, other than their multiplayer fixes that they're going for this game, and this series is dead for at least a couple of years. Like, we're not going to be able to get, or at least the Mass Effect fans aren't going to be able to get a year or 2 year break in order for, like Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed, in order to like fix things and like rethink the idea of what the game is and just like come back to it. It just sucks. It's just unfortunate.
Well, the thing is, they're actually going to get more than a year break. They'll probably get like another 10-year break.
But this is if it comes back. Yeah,
that's a joke.
The point I was trying to make, in all seriousness and using actual, I'm going to actually explain myself now. The point I was trying to make was, regardless of who produced said game, if your industry, if your company, BioWare, is responsible for creating a series like this, regardless of which production team created it, A team, B team, whoever, there are certain standards that need to be met, regardless of which person created this. These people, I can guarantee you, have been in development. Do you know what it takes to, for example, what it takes to get into Ubisoft, Montreal, or whatever? Do you know what it takes to work there? At least 10 years.
You gotta know someone?
No, you have to have at least 10 years experience to go work at Ubisoft. I guarantee you these companies have the same standards. So there has to be a certain level of, there has to be that level, there has to be that line. And that line was not met. And whoever approved this for launch, for whatever reason, it clearly wasn't ready. And
game developers know when they have a product that's not as good as they want it to be. Like the people at BioWare Montreal knew that this wasn't going to be on the same peak as that the Mass Effect series was before.
No, of course.
They know when it is. I just feel bad for them because I feel like they should get another chance because from what I played a bit of like Mass Effect 1, I know that isn't representative of what 2 and 3 went on to do in terms of just story and gameplay and everything, and that's not what a lot of people, like majority of people I'd say, don't look at 1 as like one of the best of the series.
It was Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2 or 3, like that's what a lot of people turn to. I feel like if they were just given the opportunity of, if this were to be like a new trilogy or a new point in the series, they could have just like had this one come out. Sure, they could have just like taken the bad press and whatever in the face, like, and just waited a couple of years or like 2, maybe 3 years until like the next one would come out, because this isn't like what Mass Effect before wasn't like annualized like how Assassin's Creeds or Call of Duties are. So I feel like with what Mass Effect 1 was to what Mass Effect 3 became, imagine what it would have been like with Andromeda. I feel like if they were given time, BioWare Montreal would have definitely they would have had the time. EA probably would have given them the time, and they would have probably come out with a product that was like 2 times better than what.
No, of course.
Andromeda turned out to be.
It's 100% agreeable, and I assume you also agree with me with the fact of, like you said, they know when their game is not great. They came out and said, this game is not going to be what you think it is. Do not hold it, do not have your expectations for it to be something like the other Mass Effects. We are moving away from this. We are moving away from that style. We are moving away from that gameplay because that series is over. That, trilogy is done with. This is Mass Effect. This is something different. The story, the gameplay, it might have been kind of what they wanted. It was just the whole expectations of bugs and animations and all that. It's just that wasn't up to standard, and like you said, and especially in this generation where everything the modern consumer looks at is that stuff, it affects it a lot. That's why
Mass Effect now is pretty much, because at the end of the day, EA is a business, and they probably can't really afford to have the bad press and the mindshare now of Mass Effect being tainted with what Andromeda did to the series. I say, though, if given a few years, I'd like to see this come back, even if I'm not going to play the game, because Mass Effect is an important series for games, especially in storytelling. So it just sucks that this had to happen. So I hope, who knows what people might now be mad about Anthem, because it's probably not going to get, with Anthem now seemingly becoming a huge project for what EA is about to do, and BioWare. A lot of the core Mass Effect fans might be thinking, well, is this the thing that's taking away our Mass Effect stories? I wouldn't necessarily look at it that way, but I would hope so, that in the future EA and BioWare would go back to a Mass Effect series. So
definitely. Then again, though, it is also hard to going back to this point, it is hard to meet a certain level of expectation that you've set for yourself. In a sense, when you're creating things like this, right? obviously you're always going to try to strive for being something better than you were before, right? But I mean, so if you're used to a specific style of game, like for example, okay, let me use this as an example. Halos 1, 2, and 3, even ODST, all played the same way. Halo Reach came out and changed it just a little bit. They added the armor abilities. Cool. Halo 4 came out, you can sprint, and fucking hated it. Everybody hated it. Gave it so much shit. Halo 5 came out, lack of Master Chief, everybody lost their minds. Like, there was a certain level of expectation that was made, and then they fell short, and then they tried to listen to said audience and whatnot. They fell short again. It hurts them as a company, right? Halo 5, for example, it fell with it lacking in the story. That was its biggest weakness in the terms of gameplay and whatnot, because I've played the game for the last 2 years actually, and I've seen it through its entire development process. Its gameplay is fantastic, in my opinion. It handles very well. A lot of people are enjoying and have now gotten used to the new, I guess, style that this turned into, which means they've set themselves up to either do really well or just tank again.
The Halo analogy is, I think it's pretty apt with the way people talk about Halo 5 and how they're talking about Mass Effect Andromeda, where it's like Halo and Mass Effect are both beloved series, and Halo 5 and Mass Effect Andromeda, both coming from different developers, even though 343 did do Halo 4 before Halo 5. Like, Halo 5 did hurt the series in a sense of, I'd say, mindshare in the way that people look at Halo in terms of the story, because it did completely go away from, like, the whole Master Chief storyline and what people wanted. And although BioWare and BioWare Montreal did go away from the Shepard storyline from Mass Effect 1 through 3, that was already something that was a selling feature of the game, because it was an entirely different part of this galaxy, entirely different part of this universe people wanted to explore. I feel like having both of these be sore spots in their franchises, Microsoft being a bigger company than EA, they could have, at least that's me assuming, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. I feel like Microsoft might have more, in terms of Mike's giving me stupid looks. I'm guessing Microsoft as a whole, but I'm not sure if like what Microsoft gets from like fucking Windows and everything is putting that into like their games division.
It is. At the end of the day, Microsoft works together with everything. I mean, obviously, you're not going to have fucking Microsoft Office work with the Xbox team.
I know. I'm just saying Microsoft is so much bigger than EA.
In terms of like their game studios, though, I don't know if
obviously not the game. Obviously not
like
just
clearly,
things, but overall,
Microsoft can afford to make mistakes with like a Halo, and they have an entirely fucking studio straight up forced to develop Halo games. They made it specifically for Halo games. EA and BioWare, like EA does that with EA Sports. That's their big cash cow. But I feel like if they were to continue on and make one more, I just think that they could have pulled through.
It could do well. No, definitely. Yeah. It needs to now be babied. You need people from the original development team, if they're still around, to overlook this project. Mm-hmm. They need to baby it. They need to turn this very, very, very delicate egg, and they need to allow it to hatch rather than to just throw it under an incubator and just fucking hit it with a hammer and see what happens, right? That's basically what they tried to do, and it just didn't work well. Same with Halo. I mean, they saw the negative response from the stupid marketing campaign that was Halo 5, which, in all fairness, like me personally, right, I enjoyed I did the whole podcast thing. I did all that. I looked at the research. That was cool. It's like it added this sense of like mystery and like, oh my god, what's going to happen?
But as someone who just saw the marketing and played the game, you're like, what the hell?
And then I played the game. I'm like, what? It didn't make
Master Chief wasn't in the desert with a cloak. What are you talking about?
It's not even that. It's just it didn't 100% make any sense. But regardless, that's just nitpicking at that point. With Halo, like you said, they have an entire studio devoted to playing. Halo 5 came out in 2015. It is 2017. We're not going to see a Halo game next year. Maybe. We're probably going to see an announcement, and then 2019, bang, we're going to see a Halo game. We're going to see one coming out for the PC. We're going to see one coming out for the Xbox, which is going to add a whole new level of development to that. Yeah,
because they're clearly... Right. If you were to look at like past years of Halo, like it's usually on like a 3-year cycle, I believe, and it should have come out next year or this year. Like there usually should have been there usually should have been an announcement like this year, and then it should have released next year.
Well, sorry, 01, 04, 07, and then 09 for
Yeah,
ODST.
like Halo 4 was 2012, and then like Halo 5 was 2015. So it should have been on a 3-year cycle. But I doubt they're gonna make a 1 year or less than 1 year marketing campaign for the game and just put it out.
Yeah.
So
we know that they've been working on the next Halo. Like this is in production. They have a little bit of the studio constantly working on the Halo 5 updates, which the community absolutely enjoys. The feedback and whatnot I've been seeing with it, a lot of feedback has been listened to by 343, the developers, and they're really trying to get the community involved. There's actually a community project going on, and this is super weird.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, that 343 is. They pretty much gave them props and
Yeah, they saw it and they went back to its old roots. The only difference is now it's on PC. They looked at it and they're like, "Bro, go do it! This is awesome, right?" So they're really listening to the community. They're taking all forms of feedback back. And the end of Halo 5, it was, you know what I think the game was? They set themselves up for something big that they're just going to kind of end that Master Chief saga on in Halo 6, right?
Why? I like Locke.
They say that they're going to continue the Halo series. They want to continue the Halo series, but this should be the end. Halo is my favorite series of all time. They should end this series with Master Chief in the next game. Other than that, more shooters, please. I want them all. But
so yeah, at the end of the day, it would be cool if, like Microsoft is doing with Halo 5 to Halo 6, they EA would allow BioWare Montreal, or would have allowed BioWare Montreal when they were still when they were still around, to take a couple years and make a sequel to Mass Effect Andromeda, and it could have, it could have, and I think it would have been the jump from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I totally agree. And finally, because we went totally off topic there, one more piece of news. Supposedly, and Marcus will elaborate for us just a little bit, Final Fantasy 15 is a possible Switch release. I believe during a live stream.
Yeah, I have.
They kind of teased it.
So yeah, it was during a Gamescom Twitch live stream about Square Enix and Final Fantasy 15. A rep from Square Enix said, quote, "There's another certain console out there people may be thinking of. It sounds a little bit like you guys. Your name, Twitch." End quote. So yeah, he's not being that. He's not being that vague.
He's being pretty direct.
Wait,
Nintendo
hang on,
Direct.
Directly to you.
Hang on. Is he talking about the new Xbox One S, PS4, Switch?
Yes.
Oh my
By
goodness.
Apple, presented by Apple.
Whoa, mind blown.
But a lot of people are thinking, a lot of people at first are like, whoa, Final Fantasy 15 on Switch, but then they showed off the mobile port of the game. So the Pocket Edition, which is pretty much like Final Fantasy 15 with a chibi art style.
Can you imagine if it's that version that comes
I
on
think
Switch?
it will be.
That'd be just a kick in the nuts.
Because there was
to
stuff like
Nintendo.
that. There were those chibi style games that were out on 3DS. So the Theater Rhythm Final Fantasies, which aren't Final Fantasy games, but when you see what Final Fantasy has been up to on a Nintendo platform in the past couple of years, it's been stuff like that, like the spin-offs, or you get Final Fantasy characters in Mario sports games. So
Yeah.
I don't think the Switch could be able to even handle what Final Fantasy 15 proper is like.
Probably true.
Unless they really fucking haul back on that and completely stripped it down of everything.
Yeah, but in my opinion, if that's true, then they shouldn't even bother releasing it on the Switch.
But
especially this late.
I feel like even though a lot of people who are probably playing Final Fantasy, or who are Final Fantasy fans, probably don't want to be playing a Final Fantasy game on their phone, you would think, in the 15 style.
Right.
So if the Switch version could make I don't know, combat better and everything, because it isn't the one on the phone. I think it might be more turn based. I don't fucking know. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy guy, but Final Fantasy 15 does seem to be more like you're in the overworld a lot more. You're there's a lot more fucking straight up action shit. So I feel like if anything, it could be a Pocket Edition port with maybe some enhanced features. So because I don't think there's any way in hell that they can make at least what it looks like and everything, the art style on PS4 and Xbox onto Switch.
I don't know,
but who knows? Maybe they can, and
I doubt it.
I don't fucking know.
I mean, Breath of the Wild was a pretty big game, and it was able to run on Switch.
But Breath of the Wild is also
that's also
does
first
not
party.
look the way that Final Fantasy 15 looks.
Right, it looks better.
It's not even that. Regardless of the way Breath of the Wild looks, it's a first party Nintendo developed game, right? So think about it like this. Forza 7 is gonna look absolutely immaculate on the Xbox One X at 4K 60 FPS, maybe even higher than that because it's a Microsoft developed game, first party. However, another game like a Call of Duty or a Destiny or something is not going to look like that because
it's meant to be on like everything,
multiple consoles. There's different developers. Sony has more rights in these titles, to be quite honest with you. So, if it looks better on one game title or game system than the other.
Also, Breath of the Wild was a fucking Wii U game.
Touche.
Can confirm.
It was still fantastic. It's not,
Yeah, in terms
Marcus
of like
wouldn't know.
what it could be. I don't know. I do have it, but
Do you have it?
Yeah, I've had it for a while, but might as well play other stuff like Injustice 2.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. You're actually right on that. Breath of the Wild is one of those games where because especially since the Switch is portable, you're gonna fall in love with it, and you're not gonna stop playing it. So you're gonna get like maybe you'll get like 40 hours in, and then say, okay, I need a break from this, and start playing other things, and then you're gonna dive headfirst right back into it, and you're like, fuck.
Maybe I'll just never play it and save it for a rainy day. Or like a tsunami, so that way I can play it when it's only raining.
You're on a boat, just hanging out on like an island. You spend 5 years in hell. You have your Switch. Only lasted 4 hours though.
It rains a lot in Hyrule, so get ready for that.
Yeah, fuck.
Especially in the Fair on Woods area.
I still think it's placed right after Wind Waker.
All right, fam.
What?
Who cares?
A lot of people actually.
Unless you're on the Zelda Dungeon Wiki.
Anyway,
Are you talking about any particular member of this community?
Yeah, Fused Shadows.
4589?
was that your name? I know it's your name now, but was that your name before?
It was just Fused Shadows.
Yeah, well. All right, anyway.
Because I'm a Shadows.
Nobody cares.
That I've been fused.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I very much appreciate it. I'm not sure why I'm so close to the microphone right now.
Because he wants to talk to you like this.
But however, I hope you find it very soothing. Marcus, when you edit this, you're going to absolutely enjoy this part.
Yum.
Yep. Anyway, take care.
Are we done? We don't go through what we're playing like we usually do?
No, we're over an hour
Matt doesn't
long.
like doing that
We're
for some
over.
reason.
No.
Why is that the case, Matt?
Look at the time.
Yeah, but we started like 5 minutes in, so. What's 2 more minutes? Marcus, what have you been playing this week?
I already said I've been playing Injustice 2. I already talked about that. I like the combat. It's better than Mortal Kombat because it's not as like floaty as Mortal Kombat is. Like the animations don't take about like 5 years to perform.
Did you play as Deadshot and did you just constantly shoot that person's foot like I did with Matt?
There's a trophy for Deadshot to win the match without missing a shot, and you have to have minimum 10 shots. So I would just do like the back forward square like about 58 times until I would like kill Superman and then pop the trophy, and then I didn't play Deadshot anymore. I'm more of I play Blue Beetle, Black Adam. Those are my guys.
Remember I beat you as a Deadshot that one time? Remember that?
What have you been playing, Mike?
I have been playing Lost Legacy, Uncharted.
Oh, wow.
The Lost
play
Legacy.
Well,
I'm 3.5 hours in.
How much is it?
How much?
$50.
Solid. I was very confused what you meant, but now I understand.
So here's what we're going to do.
What are we going to do?
You're going to beat this game this week.
Okay.
And then next week you're going to talk all about it because I like doing that.
I'm going to beat it too.
Thank you. And so you guys can have a discussion.
Because I wanted to buy it digitally, but then my internet was like, "Nah, I'm not going to work for you anymore." So then
Sad.
now I can buy it.
If that's the case, I mean, you think I could just kill it in a day or in a night?
Well, you should fucking play Uncharted, the first ones first. The
You know,
quadrilogy
first.
You should at least play. Well, yeah, it's gonna be like, who the heck's Nadine? Who's Chloe?
Figure it out. It's fine.
Being 3.5 hours in, it really doesn't
Maybe
matter.
you don't because it doesn't. It probably won't go back to like Nathan Drake, but
It doesn't.
I like his story. But I don't know. What if like some random ass character comes up? It's like
I'll Google it like everything else.
I haven't.
Lazarovich. What are you doing here?
It's fine.
You got those blue crystals.
Regardless, you'll find out. You'll find out next week how many of us actually played this game. We'll have a discussion about it.
Sure.
Matt, aren't you gonna be in New York? How are you gonna be able to play it?
Shut up.
Brings up a valid
He's not
point.
gonna play it.
I'm going to do my podcast, my part of the podcast, live from the Nintendo store with the puppet.
It's not there anymore.
Oh,
When I was
Also,
there.
where was the MBG Esports analyst desk?
shut up! I purposely didn't say anything because nothing happened this week. And
It didn't get past the idea phase.
Nope.
This happens a lot on television.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But for some reason, this one was announced, and that's going to become a running joke, and we're never going to let it pass.
It's pretty much Matt's segments are like DC movies. Will they happen? Who knows? He says they're going to happen, but
yeah. To be honest, I gotta really get that shit in check, but it's fine. Whatever.
Yes, you do.
Meh.
Matt, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Dead Rising. I've been playing Sonic Mania.
You've been playing Dead Rising for like the past 4 weeks.
Yeah, and
When are you gonna beat that game?
I'll beat it.
When are you gonna get Frank West out of there? Did you see for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite on their website for like the Frank West they had like descriptions of each character, and for Frank West they just had a fucking huge thing. It's like Flank West. They spelled it on their own.
It was
thing.
Hank East. It's in the game. It's fine. Yeah, so I've been playing that. I've been Sonic Mania. I've been playing Zelda. Haven't really played too many PC games, to be honest with you, but it's fine.
He's finally realized that they're shit.
No,
I'm playing that Minesweeper, that Spider Solitaire.
I've been playing Minecraft.
Microsoft Pinball. Microsoft Word.
Microsoft Paint.
Yes.
That almost got removed.
Did it really?
Yeah, they almost took it down, and then people saved it.
Oh,
They
nice.
signed a petition.
They were going. I think they would take it out of their next update or something.
Yeah,
whatever. And
but people.
and everybody was like, "No, Microsoft Paint." And they're like, "Okay, well,
It's probably like it's like what 0.01 like megabytes like on the fucking.
Hey,
Basically.
Marcus, you want to start your own Minecraft world together?
Sure, let's do it.
Perfect.
I know what you want me to do, but I'm not going to do
If
it.
anybody wants
Don't do it.
If anybody wants in, email us at MBG. No, nothing but games podcast.
But it has to be on a console.
Yeah.
because we don't play.
It has to
PC,
be on
so
the
we're not
Vita
nerds.
version.
The Vita version.
Well, they're
So there's gonna be, like-
platform, aren't they?
You're going to be able to
That's
see
true.
only fog.
Yeah, that's it. The render distance is gonna be -5.
Solid meme.
Anyway,
Wrap this up. Wrap
He
this up
tried
like
to,
a
but
Christmas
then-
gift.
because you guys are idiots.
Because we're trying to make a good show.
Yeah, but nobody wants to listen to the over-hour ones. That's the worst part.
Well, you guys kept talking and talking and talking. It's not my fault.
Maybe you should have contributed.
Anyway,
Nah.
take care, guys. You have a wonderful rest of your week.
I'm
Chip,
going
chip,
home.
cheerio.
Stop it.
Why? I'm British.
No, you're not. Goodbye.